Oh, hi, and so bye. Welcome back to Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. We continue on with the Emmy bad ending route, so let's continue. Let us continue. The first morning after. The title of this episode is called A Night of Restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. Sounds like me nowadays. The events of the previous day keep intruding on my mind. The memory of how Emmy fell against me. Don't tell me he's got a morning wood right now. The memory of our wrestling match. And the most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. Oh, well, there was that. She was in so much pain. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. The shower shocks me awake with hot water. Awake, but still worried. What will happen today? Will things just go back to normal? End of the episode, back to status quo. There was a connection yesterday, something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Would have been would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to the look in Emmy's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seems like she was daring me to go on. Almost. Uh, but I can't know for sure. Anyway, the track captain's probably the first in her affections. But isn't even as I say that, my mind is already snorting this derisively. I'm just looking for an excuse, a reason for everything to go wrong, a reason not to try. It's not if it's not if I have seen the two of them together outside track practice. And clearly he's never visited. Emmy said as much of herself as if they were close. Surely he'd visit. I'm such a wuss. I ought to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. That's what Emmy would do, I think. Hell, I know. That's what she'd do. Which is partially why I'm convinced that there's no interest on her and she hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible that she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But who would be able to clarify their relationship? It sure as hell can't be Emmy. She's probably just laughed and asked why I wanted to know. And I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin, Rin will probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she just asked Emmy, who would ask me why I wanted to know. And I already covered that problem. I wonder, could I get away with asking the nurse? He seems pretty protective of Emmy. I'm sure he knows if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emmy know that he forgot to tell me about her being ill, so he'll keep quiet. What if he asks me why I want to know, though? I can't shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that. Won't he? Oh, of course. That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emmy's waiting on the outside of the office. Hmm. There's no sign of Emmy when I arrive on the track. At the track, is she still too ill? I decided to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early as she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it wouldn't be surprising. Shouldn't be surprising. Still, I hate to waste my time, so I occupy myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if you're early again, Hisao? I'm impressed. Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Emmy seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she even was ill the other day, much less that she had a less than restful sleep. Still, I had to ask, sleep well last night? It's just a throwaway question, small talk. The sort of thing people ask someone if they bump in the cafe while getting their morning coffee. But not for us. At least, not for me. I don't know if Emmy realizes that I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night, but the question does give her pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuinely pondering this, she nods. Yep, sure did. Was it because of me? Did I actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? Good to hear. Emmy grins and begins warming up. So, ready to begin? Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Emmy laughs at my bravado, and we take off running. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steadily. I still feel dead at the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of the water now. Emmy is positively beaming after the run today. Nice job, Misao. You're improving. You'll be half as fast as me in no time. The last line is delivered with a teasing grin that I've grown all too used to. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cool down lap. She's really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with my lap, she's laying across one of the bleachers looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold. You'll recall. Emmy gives an annoyed snort and sits up. I'm just trying to make up for lost time, that's all. I just went twice as hard today, you know. A good run always gets the King's Ale, you know. Clears the mind, too. Oh? Emmy nods vigorously. Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing. She does not explain further, and I don't ask. I suspect I know the real reason why she went so hard today. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something's bothering her. Maybe the nightmare. Maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she wanted to know. I'm sure that comes in handy. You have no idea. The sincerity of her voice confirms my suspicion. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind, then? Emmy doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead, she shrugs. No, it's nothing worth getting worried about. She seems that she's trying to convince herself as much as she convincing me. Damn it. Sorry. I'm on my mouth to ask if yesterday is responsible for her current state of mind, but think better of it. Too much risk of her taking the question the wrong way. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think about yesterday. Really, I can only get about as far as it felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Having her before me now, covered in sweat and looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear you. We better hurry to see the nurse. We're running short on time. Aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems almost un-Emmy-like. Too true. For a brief moment, she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. But it's just like yesterday. I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straining up slightly. And then she's back to being Emmy again. Come on, Isao, race ya. With a sudden smile, she darts up. Hey, no fair. I take off after her, knowing that I won't catch her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I still run after her. Evie's waiting for me at the door as I arrive. Well, well, look who's finally shown up. Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins as the nurse pokes his head out of the door. Well, there you are. Come on in, Isao. In what has become a familiar routine by now, he checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of raised Emmy here. The nurse laughs. That's never a good idea. He leans in to whisper to me in a conspiracy manner. I don't know if you heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star. I reel back in mock surprise. Really? She never mentioned it before. The two will sure laugh. Did she do okay too? Did she do okay today? Cold seemed to bother her. Why don't you ask her? He rolls his eyes in expiration. Of course I'm going to ask her too, but she'll tell me that she didn't have any problems regardless of whether or not she did. So I'm asking you because you are her friend and would probably tell me she had trouble today. When he puts it that way, that makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today, if a little more tired than usual. She was already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. The nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mentioned yesterday's visit. Well, that's good to hear. I figured it was just a 24-hour thing. Emmy tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. Hey, speaking of Emmy, are she in the track company? Well, you know. A look of suspicion crosses me. Why do you ask? Well, it's just that they seem kind of close. And I was just curious, you know? And I never asked her because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far so good. Now I'm really so. Besides, they make a good couple. The nurse laughed. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that. But I think I can say with some certainty that the two of them will never do anything like that. Certainty? Yep. Not that I could tell you, of course. Confidentiality and all that. Yeah, you're right. You just hold like holding a secret over my head. That too. Right, get out of here. I'm a busy man, you know. I rolled my eyes at his last statement and headed out the door, not motioning to Emmy to go in. The whole time I'm trying to keep from doing a celebratory dance. The two of them will never do anything like that. Yes! That's precisely the sort of thing I wanted to hear. I'm have them to make a sort of move on Emmy right now, but I think that theirs would probably disapprove. Besides, I still don't know exactly how Emmy feels about me. I mean, it's obvious that she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that. I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I just need to figure out a good time to tell Emmy exactly how I feel. That puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day at least. The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally I could count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. I wonder if she decided to accompany Emmy to the cafeteria for once. That seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. I pick idly at my lunch while I wait for Emmy and Rin to show up. Doesn't does not take long for me to hear the sounds of someone coming up the stairs. I wait until the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough, keeping me waiting for you, honestly. The two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. The only person standing in the doorway is Emmy, who looks mildly confused. What do you mean, huh? It's me, you know, Emmy. We run in the mornings. She grins, and I feel my heart jump slightly in my chest at the sight. Yes, I knew that. I was just confused. Where's Rin? Emmy's grin is replaced by a rather guilty-looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kind of, sort of. Oh, did you ditch her? Oh, gave her my cold. Oh, so unfortunately, Rin is sick. Damn. Oh dear, am I at risk too? It would make sense after Emma and I were at close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do that got her ill? Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. Ren's has probably got the worst immune system than me. Emmy seemed shocked at my comment, like she hadn't considered that before. I hope not. I feel terrible if you get ill because of me, Hisao. Uh, oh man, I think I feel a fever coming on. Everyone looks horrified and quickly shifts to a more angry expression. Hisao! You stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. Are you listening to me, Hisao's immune system? Get your ass in gear. I give a smart salute. Totally noted, ma'am. Emmy steps back and nods satisfied. Good. You're not allowed to miss any of our morning runs after all. But you missed a morning run. Emmy crosses her arms and looks at me haughtily. Yeah, but it's a special case. It was me, not you. That's not an explanation at all. Emmy looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? That expression makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard. I don't see what it has to do with anything. Oh, fine. Emmy seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin gonna be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emmy shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine. That should help her. Although I probably should have made sure that she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Sometimes I don't find this all that surprising. I doubt Rin is one to pay attention to maximum dosages and such. You should probably check in on her later then, just to make sure. Emmy shrugs. I'll stop by after practice. She'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. The only problem is I don't know what else they talk about. So, you got any more track meets coming up? This is a terribly roundabout way to say if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I could get myself to actually form the words. He shakes her head. Alright. Nah, not for another couple of weeks, I think. The season's winding down. It's go time, brother. You better come up with good words. Oh yeah, I came in the middle of the things, didn't I? Does that mean the exams are coming up soon? I should probably look into that. What do you do on weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up, and Amy gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. Just making a conversation. I don't know what it's like to be a track star after all. Pfft, flattery. She waves a hand idly. I'm not actually good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day is all. Pfft, you liar. Yeah, but humility is a sign of a good athlete. At least, that's what my dad used to say. Oh, going for a somber moment here. She shrugs and tries unsuccessfully to hide rather troubled expression on her face. She's taking on. Hey, what's up? You seem bothered by something. Amy starts to deny it, but then sighs into. I wonder if she's too tired of being sick to get herself to deny it as usual, or if she's actually just trust me enough to get at this point to open up. Well, you remember last night? Do I ever? Do I ever? I settle for nodding. However, that's not the first time that's happened to me. Actually, I get them kind of. She pauses as if she suddenly occurred to her what she's doing. It's almost like she's breaking some sort of personal rule here. She starts up again, choosing her words carefully. Well, not often, but on occasion. It's just been one of those weeks where that's just what happened. That's what happened. A sigh escapes her, and she looks terribly frustrated. I reach her over and give her a hug, which unlike last time doesn't seem to shock her. Instead, she seems to relax as my arms wrap around her. We stay like that for a while. Hey, I was serious last night. You really can talk to me if stuff like this is bothering you. It's always difficult to do this sort of thing solo. Emmy smiles and breaks the embrace, but stays leaning on my shoulder. Thanks, Isao. I'll be fine, I think. I can already see her reassembling herself, getting ready to bottle it all up again. I guess that topic's closed now. So hey, give me any more thoughts of that career survey? Can't say I have. I don't tend to plan very far ahead. Although I suppose I could at least start looking into college, huh? I shrug. I suppose, unless you were serious about that pirate thing. Last I checked, pirates don't have much needed for universities. Unless there's like a pirate university out there somewhere. Emmy giggles and starts to look like a little her old self, but there's a new element to her expression. Impish. That's how I describe it. Emmy looks impish, looking up at me with her head nestled into my shoulder. Would you come with me if I ran off to be a pirate? Of course I would. Who would ever mind to pass up an opportunity to be pirates with you? Well, would you put it in that way? I'm not sure. She giggles again. Hmm. I notice that my heart seems to have sped up. It's probably due to Emmy's proximity to me. That hint of strawberries again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again. Hey, Sal. Hmm? If you're going to kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell is about to break. Oh my god, man. Well, this is interesting. Sorry, I had to stretch there. Dude, this is it right here. My thoughts grind to a sun. Don't let your mind grind to the sun. Yes, it's all about sun, but go for it, man. This is like. I'm pretty sure that my mouth is hanging open and shut. All I can do is manage the strength, huh? This amuses me even more. You were thinking about it, weren't you? Oh, you bastard. She says I bring her face level with mine. I probably enjoy it. You're really well. She bravely composes herself, looking like she's about to say something important. If you hadn't really feeling her out by now, I think I've developed a bit of crush on you. Yes! Alright. You're gonna have to do something about that. This time her grin short circuits several important thought processes. At some point I turned towards her, and at another point her arms moved around my neck. Yet another my arms wrapped around her waist. I'd be damned if I could tell precisely when that happened. Because at the moment there's a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss. Yes, 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 go. I look into Emmy's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. It suddenly strikes me that she's worried about that I'll reject her. What a silly word for her to have. Yes! Yes! Thank you, Lord above. It's about damn time. Hell yes. I'm so happy right now. Her lips taste faintly. Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into the kiss, and her arms tighten around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there is any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut, and the world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. But we'll probably never be the same once this scene is over. No. My arms tighten, drawing our waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I'd inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, and how she feels. Ah, the fucking bell. Ah, man. The ringing of the bell snaps us both back to reality, and we break the kiss. Emmy's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath in defense. And in her defense, so am I. We stand in there for a few moments, trying to wrap our heads about what we have just done. Emmy's the first to break the silence. So, wanna grab dinner after I'm done with practice? Yes. What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually, I suppose it was going to be some kind of proper day on the weekend or something, but the thought was there, I think. Emmy gives me a playful shove. Yeah, right. You were still in shock from how incredibly awesome I'm at and kissing. We begin to head back down the stairs to our respective classrooms. Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either. That I didn't. See you after practice, Sal. She leans in quickly. She leans in quickly and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me to another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into my classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. Oh, she saw me. She saw it. Damn. Why hit you and you romantic, you? Did you pass on the rooftop, did you? Or actually, I think it was the other way around. It sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter. Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it? This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. Before I can really respond, Mutos enters the room and Misha skips off to her seat, giggling all the while. I suspect that's gonna get a lot of I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Emmy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Oh, I think that's the end of the chapter. Act 3. Okay, so where we're at, I was wondering what act we're in. So we're at Act 2 all along, so Act 3 here. Perspective. My head's in a spin all through Moto's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emmy. Wow, what a fucking development this is. I'm wondering, should I even continue here? I mean, I leave you guys in a cliffhanger. The answer is yes. I will leave you with this. That was so much development, I think it should be stuck with this one part. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call it short here. Stay tuned for when we have dinner with Emmy, hopefully. So, at the next installment, I'll see you guys then. Peace out.